much of this, like, bro, sitting in traffic, bro, you're gonna get irritated, bro. Yo, LA traffic, bro. But also, it ain't got on New York traffic. Okay, let's get that straight, bro. Out of here, dude. New York traffic is, I look in the maps, 3 miles away. 2.5 miles away. Oh yeah, that's gonna be 35 minutes, bro. I thought you could just kind of pretty quickly get to places.
You can.
You can, but like, if it's in a different neighborhood, shut
No, you're.
I'm sorry, bro. If you ever come into me, ever, with $1,200 for an ounce, I will. I'm gonna go. Don't ever come at me like that, bro. With the 1,200 ounce, bro.
How are you supposed to make money with that, bro?
What do you mean, 1,500.
That can make money.
That's good money,
bro. That's not even rent.
But 1 pound, bro, it's the flood, bro, and it's led by Cali. But it's, trust me, dude. Like all of my homies that grow in Washington State, in Seattle, bro. All my old trap homies, they all grow. But like, bro, they're not trying to sell anything to you like on this, like in Seattle, bro. Everything's going out of state, bro, and every single, you know, like.
But does the good stuff still stay there?
No, bro. Like even at yeah, but the good stuff in a lot of ways, bro. I don't even want to talk. It makes me mad thinking. You know, you got 250 units of outdoor. It's outdoor. It's pretty good outdoor. Low ticket. 300. They didn't even want it. Outdoor is donezo, bro. And I love outdoor. Just remember, because I'm telling you, we were the first market to go through this, bro. Do not think that it's gonna last forever, because it's not. You're living in a fairyland. You're living in you're not living in reality if you think that's the case. This is a golden era. This is an era that you guys are never gonna have again. Remember that, like, and that's why make the most of it. Try to, you know, preserve it as much as possible through video, through content. That's exactly destroy the medical market and rebuild it in the way you want it. That's how you do it, folks. If you haven't been following me on Instagram or Twitter, you may have not seen that the Raw documentary, the Raw Papers documentary that I did was actually taken down a couple days ago.
And you're everything a man would want in a woman.
What is up, everybody? It's the Queens on the Map podcast. Today I got a special guest with me, a good friend of mine. I know I wasn't really gonna do close friends yet, but you feel me? This man is here for a little bit. He's only here for like less than 10 hours, and he got the time to squeeze in a little thing for me. So I appreciate that. Introducing to you one of the top people coming into the cannabis media service area, my boy LMC Luke Media, LMC Media.
What's up, bro? And bro, of course I'm gonna stop, and you know you're one of the priorities for me, bro. When I came to New York, bro, meeting up with you.
I wish you had more time here, bro. I need you to give me a whole day next time.
I'm gonna get a whole day. I'm gonna be back for 10 days now, I think, in January, because this shit was so crazy, and it was like I need to come back ASAP. Like literally, I'm just going back, so I need to go finish some, you know, different projects I'm doing and regroup a little bit, because it's been a good first time in New York.
I need a day with you. Like I need a whole day. You wake up and I see you, and then I chill with you all the way till nighttime. Yeah. We can make like a nice little thing where we take you to different places, show you around. Yeah,
we've been talking about that too, so we definitely are gonna do that. This is just like a kind of a preliminary like entrance into New York, bro, because I didn't really understand like how shit worked here, to be honest. Like, I thought you could just kind of pretty quickly get to places.
You can,
but like if it's in a different neighborhood. Shut the fuck.
No, you're saying right stuff though. You're saying what we say to people, but
you would tell me, but they never listen, and I never listen. So for people watching, like, you know, he was telling me, bro, take the subway. Don't fucking take an Uber. Don't do any of that bullshit. Take the fucking subway. And I literally took me until like I'm here for 4 days. My 4th day here. It took me to the very end of the 3rd day. Pretty much since
till I put you on the train.
You pretty much forced me to do it. Not forced me, but like you're like, bro, this is gonna be
the best option for you. Yeah. Because think about it like this: that day it would have took 45 minutes to take you. And then I gotta go back in that 45.
It was definitely the right move. And also it showed me, I was like, bro, when I was on the train ride back, I was like, bro, why am
I'm lucky, you're lucky, and it's good that you didn't see nothing weird too much. You know, the weirdest shit
I saw some weird shit, bro, but it's not like that weird. Like, bro, I don't know. Like
nothing you've not seen before.
Exactly. I've dealt like all types of shit.
People call me when they come from like Cali, and they almost like whisper on the phone, like, yo, is this safe, bro? And I was like, it is.
I know it, dude. The thing that I don't feel like, if there's like 1 or 2 people that are hella sketchy, and you're the you're the only one on the fucking subway and it looks hella. That's the only time I'd feel sketched out. Other than that, bro, I don't give a like. It seems pretty. It seems
and
pretty
you
safe,
you get
bro.
the feeling of when something is sketched out, and
Exactly.
and you move accordingly. So I didn't tell you about the Metro card thing. Did you know about it, or how'd that go down?
No, yeah, I knew about it. I mean, it took me a little. It was pretty. You know, I figured I just bought the quick one, one-way pass or whatever, the 2-hour pass. But,
Okay.
no,
but
bro.
did you used to have to use it again? So you bought one again?
No, I just had. Well, I bought one
Today.
Yeah. No, it was dope though. I mean, dude, bro, I literally spent probably before like on this trip probably $350 on Ubers, bro. Yeah.
Again, it was the thing about thinking
And
Newark was gonna work out better, but
It wasn't that, bro. It was that I was late, bro. Anyway, I can't wait to be back for round number 2 because I actually know what to do now.
yeah, and you're gonna hit me up beforehand.
And you're gonna, and he's been trying to help me out the whole fucking time.
'cause
And
I
I've been
could-
like, bro, like and it's like I really should just listen to you
Because
from
look,
the
I
start.
could answer not like fully, but for some people, if it's like, yo, where does this guy live? Does he live here? Oh, okay, so you're probably gonna be able to see him around this time, and because we all kind of work on this.
No,
like
you're
thing.
right, bro. No, and it's and I guess I had to learn for myself. There's like
Yeah.
a famous like saying. It's like smart person learns from
Others' mistakes.
the smart person learns from his mistakes or her mistakes, and a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. Yeah, and that's something I'm not.
But
very good
you're
at.
also new, and it's good that you're learning.
Yeah.
The cool thing is, like, you're not like, bro, whatever. Like, I was still just taking Uber. I had a Canadian homie who traps and shit, and he came down, and he was just like,
He's balling. He could do it. I guess you can kind of do that, bro. But at the end of the day,
but the thing is, even when he go through it, it's not worth it.
not
I'm
efficient.
walking past you, bro.
if you're really making like if you're about your money, bro, time is money, right? Like,
Yeah.
time is a resource, and like, bro, especially if you're coming in for like trips to like trying to be efficient with it, bro. And the Ubers low key, it made me way more inefficient. It also makes it feel like you can kind of dip out at the last moment. Like, bro, to the fucking Jadakiss concert and Styles P I was like, dude, the Styles P's manager, shout out to Daniel, by the way, hella dope guy, very dope what they did last night. He was like, make sure whatever you do, don't be late. And I was like, I got you. I ended up showing like fucking 40 minutes late because of the fucking. I had to call an Uber. This is the last Uber I took.
Yeah.
And this will be probably the last Uber I ever take in New York.
When so when I dropped you off, that's when you had to go there, right? So you got home and then took an Uber?
I took a real quick. No. So what happened is I forgot to hit up my homie. He was at a studio because he's like an A&R for different rappers and stuff. And he's like, bro, you didn't give me a heads up at all. I was like, you're right. I didn't.
That's what we
So
all
I'm
been
literally
saying to
just
you.
waiting at the fuck. I know, bro. Everyone. Anyway, I can't wait to come back round 2, and I'm super dope because dude, I've met up with like all the people I've been talking to, which is you're one of the main people, if not the oldest. I've been talking to you, I think, the longest out of anyone that I've linked up with in New York by like a little bit, But I linked up with like the real ones that have been day one supporters, and super worth it. And I'm excited to come back. And
So let's bring it to the beginning. Like, what brings you here?
So I got hit up by Styles P's manager, Daniel, and he hit me up. I was in Vegas about a month ago, and he's like, "Hey, we're doing this strain drop through Strain Gang, which is like their new kind of like business. Styles P, Jadakiss, they're just dropping strains through. They dropped a Alien Lab strain and then also a Doja Pack strain as well there. And anyway, they was like, you want to come? You can have free access to everywhere. Just become a media partner. Shoot the event. And so me and my other homie went there and we ended up shooting it.
And then you found this out how early before heading out?
I bought this is the first time actually I've bought the tickets more than 2 weeks at a time because I've started this last year now. I started to travel everywhere. To try to see like the different, cultures and cannabis and the markets. And I'm getting slowly better and better, right?
So
at just planning it all out.
What have you anything you've seen over here with the New York culture? Cannabis culture?
The cannabis culture here is very rich. It's at a very dope moment because there's a lot of, I've talked about this before and many other people have as well, but it's like the old medical days in, where I'm from in Seattle or in California. Right, I grew up in these. I grew up like I literally went through high school in this era that we're in right now with New York. And for folks that aren't aware of what this era kind of is, it's pretty much a free for all. And this is about a 2 to 4 year era. Really, usually lasts about this long. A 2 to 4 year era where it's a free for all. There's no one really like there's cops aren't coming around, you can really do some crazy shit. Like when I was in high school, like I'd set up a whole delivery business on Craigslist. You know, we were meeting people. You know, people were flying in for cannabis tourism. You know, we would I like every day after school would go, or during lunch would go down to SeaTac, which is like 35-minute drive. I'd bring my homie every time. You know, we'd meet up with just random people, right, that would fly in from all over the country that we met through Craigslist, and we would jug them, packs and stuff. And the people that flew into SeaTac that we would go and meet, they usually bought weight.
I mean, what was the difference between a free for all and why couldn't you do that before? I mean, just because of the
free
website.
For all
that
is
part?
the website was a huge component to it as well, and I think there's different markers for each market. For example, I don't know
because over here,
for
people are doing edible business. Some people are making
exactly.
bakery businesses and just putting edibles in there.
But you know what the big differentiator is though? So think about this, bro. Weed maps was a hella big thing for the early part of the big of these early medical markets.
Mm-hmm.
With California, Craigslist was really big for Seattle mainly. But I think what makes right now a different time period, or the different variation of what's wild about it, is that there's just the ability to have so many of these different lounges or just trap spots, kind of not to call it a trap spot, but stores that
lounges,
are lounges. You'll call it, that's the way it is. That's been around. I've been told now for a while, since technically the 90s, but it's just proliferated because it's now I guarantee the number of these lounges have shot up in the last 2 years drastically.
Oh yeah, OD.
It's crazy.
OD.
And so that's the differentiator too in this kind of Wild West style market that happens. It allows you to really make some money, but it's also in a different time period, because back when I was there, we weren't even thinking about creating a brand, bro. We weren't we were just jugging. We were trying to make money, bro, and we made a lot of money. But now it's in a whole sphere where people are trying to not only make money but build the brand and try to set themselves up for the future. And that's amazing to see, because what happened in Seattle is people didn't even think like that. No one, less than 1%, if that, understood where this was all going and was planning for that. And I had a lot of my homies lose their businesses, bro. Everyone, bro. I had a lot of my homies, happened to be, unfortunately, it was a ton of these black-owned cannabis businesses all went out of business.
When you say cannabis business, these are lounges, dispensaries?
These are retail locations and lounges. Yeah. So you could have a retail with a lounge.
Okay.
And
that was in the gray area?
It was kind of in the gray area.
Okay.
I used to be able to sell and buy. If you had a green card, if you had a medical card, right, you could purchase.
It's a green card.
Yeah.
That's what they called it, a green card?
Back in the day, yeah. Yeah. Not even saying back in the day
I'm
that
thinking
crazy.
the green card of immigration. I'm
no, they call. I guess not. It wasn't. I think. Anyway. Anyway.
So they were doing this and they got shut down. They got busted.
Yeah. So what happened is Jay Inslee in Washington State, right? He's still the governor today. A lot of my friends that are from that era, they despise this motherfucker because of what he did with cannabis. And so what they did is Is
this the same guy from Chad?
No, Chad. Well, that is that same era. No,
same guy.
Same governor.
Same
not
governor.
The governor. The mayors were different though.
Okay. Oh. So that was the mayor that they attacked in the building and stuff.
Yeah. That was what's her name.
Okay.
Yeah, she was. Anyway, that's the whole.
Okay. Yeah. So.
But what he did is he literally destroyed the Washington medical market. They literally destroyed it. They didn't allow for anything any sort of medical program to occur for at least 3 to 4 years. And they rebuilt it. And what the problem with the medical market is because it was so free. Anybody could really start up. Anybody could get into it. And, once money is involved, once the government's involved, once tax money is involved, and once bigger corporations or people that can influence the political sphere, aka, the Washington State, legislators, they're going to, try to get rid of that free market. They're going to try to get rid of that, market that they Dude, the last year of medical in Washington State, they made $11 million before they then went into recreational. And then they killed that all. They killed that all off, and it took about 3 years really to destroy the illegal market, probably 4. And then after they destroyed the illegal market, they then brought medical back in.
And then when did recreational go in there?
Recreational, just so Colorado and Washington State were the first two to legalize. And that was in 2012, end of 2012, beginning in 2013, right? 2012, say 2012. And so from 2012 to about 2015, beginning of 2016, end of 2015. I graduated high school end of 2015, right? The legal market opened. So about 2016, the stores were open late 2015.
Yeah.
So
then,
so you had 3 years of just like
damn,
craziness, bro. Like the fact that the fact that I was a fucking like 16, 17, 18-year-old doing this shit, and it was just the weirdest time.
So over there, who's really going to these spots and copping from the spots, from the locations? Because I'm pretty sure you guys still have your homies. Everybody grabs from there. It's easier, cheaper, maybe.
There's not enough people. They actually did, dude. You know, what's happening right now is so New York is looking at California and getting really worried. And I'll get back to the question here. Like, this will make sense here in a sec. But New York is looking at California really like intensely, and they're looking like we cannot have what happened to California happen. And for folks that aren't aware, what happened in California is right now to this day, the illegal market is still 3 times bigger than the legal market. That's for a number of different reasons. That's for kind of, you know, a whole explanation on its own. But baseline, you know, all you need to know really with this is that New York does not want that to happen, right? And I would say though, look at what they did with Washington. Now I don't think they should do it that way because that means they're going to have to destroy medical, all that. But they destroyed the illegal market pretty rapidly, and there's still plenty of people that will grow their own and sell, but it's harder to really build traction there because there's just not as many people.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about the California market, the New York market, it has enough people to the point where it can, that kind of, you know, it can actually, like for example, right? I took a cash taxi home. Actually, last night I said I wasn't. Yeah, I said I didn't know they were
taxi from the city.
From I don't know what it was. No,
Manhattan
it wasn't
no?
Probably from the city, bro. It said something, but the point
So
is,
where was you when you took the cab?
it was in. I couldn't.
Manhattan?
Yeah, my phone had died.
Yeah.
Only reason why.
Because you couldn't get on the train. That's what
I didn't know where to go, so
You could have. There's a map.
All right, bro. I know that I'm a map.
You just gotta go downstairs and scream "map" like 3 times, and then a guy shows up with a map.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to follow him though.
Yeah,
You're supposed to go the opposite way he goes.
Yeah. That's a good point. You're probably right. Yeah.
So you took this cab back.
So, but the point is, like, I was talking to like the Uber driver, or not the Uber driver, the fucking
Cab driver.
Yeah, the cab driver, and you know, he didn't really want to talk that much about it. But I asked him, I was like, bro, like, what's the deal with only cash? Like, do you guys pay taxes? Like, I didn't ask, like, you know, I wasn't trying to be,
Yeah.
you know.
Now, what this cash cab you said, is this a yellow cab?
No, bro, this is a regular. It's like
TNLC?
Uber. It's like Uber without Uber, bro. The point I'm trying to say though is that like it was obviously a unlicensed company that wasn't technically.
How is it not just a regular guy? Tell me that. How is it? How did you tell me you didn't get into a random guy's car and just said like, I guess.
It's a service that you can do online, and you just call the number online. My homies like ended up calling the cab.
Oh, because your shit was dead.
It was dead, right? So that's why I did it. And so I'm pretty sure, and maybe not, maybe I'm completely off, and like, you know, let me know if that's the case. But pretty sure they're probably not regulated as like they might pay taxes, but anyway.
Yeah, if it's
it
cash,
seems like it's under the table, right?
Yeah, it's cash.
Yeah,
they have a certain amount of money they make in a day, and then whatever over is just forgotten about. You know what I'm saying? Probably.
Okay, to a certain degree, but like, as long as you can figure out the digital, you know, how to advertise your service, you're in a big enough place. You're in a place with enough people, enough potential customers, where you could really sidestep the government, sidestep regulations, and continue on. Seattle's not that big enough where, you know, it can sustain major companies that are just kind of off the books or, you know, unrelated.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I'm saying, though? So
it's just not enough people.
Well,
there
think
to
about
keep
this, bro.
it
Well,
going.
exactly. Because you're going to stick out like a sore thumb. The reason why you can set up all these fake, like, you know, like in California, in LA specifically, there are hundreds, probably thousands in the state, but in the city or like the you know, LA County, there's all of these, like, you know, illegal trap shops. And it's been legal since, what, 2018? It's been legal for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you would never, like, there were these, like, you know, illegal trap shops, you know, in Seattle, plenty of them, but it sticks out like a sore thumb because there's just not enough camouflage. You need more camouflage, meaning you need more people. Yeah. Because if enough of you guys are all kind of skidding, you know, the regulations and the law, you're not going to stick out. You have camouflage.
But I mean, over here they have like, I mean, it's pretty obvious who's like selling what and where. It's pretty common.
Yeah, but there's so much that it's like, how do we even deal with this?
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always thought they were figuring out ways to like donate to the precinct or something It's always
Nah, bro. Fuck. I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, donate to the?
yeah.
No.
We'll let you rock if you just donate to the precinct.
And that could happen for sure because it's big. Whenever you have really big systems with a lot of different like a lot of different people or a lot of different parts, it's complex, and complexity allows for potential,
So
route.
who was so again back to the thing like who was really going to the dispensaries over there? What kind of customer was
I
it?
used to every single day once the dispensaries opened because they did open very end of high school, and this is like I would every single day, and like the very first one that was famous like was right by my high school, Garfield High School, and on the way to school every morning, I would literally every single morning for 6 months drive by, flip them off, scream at the beat, fuck you guys, talk all this shit, and because I mean, dude,
You flipping off the dispensaries?
yeah, this one,
You
this
was
one-
given to them, right?
no, these are like the recreational. These are not the medical.
Oh, okay.
The
okay.
medical, I would salute them.
I thought it'd be the same spot. Wow.
No, they didn't do that, bro.
Oh, that's even messed up too.
No, because that was a free market that had people that weren't politically connected winning.
Yeah.
What happens now is the medical markets are engineered to behoove big corporations. If you look at what happened in New York right now, there's only 5 licenses in the state, I mean in the city of New York for medical companies, like medical cannabis companies, right?
I
There's
didn't
only
know that.
10 in the entire state.
That's crazy.
Every single one of them are from big ass corporations, except one apparently, and who knows at this point. I haven't checked up on this in a while. And the thing about it, bro, is all of these 10 licenses are going to get quickly transitioned. They're guaranteed a retail license, and they're already jugging, dispense.
Yeah, because you're basically it's over.
And
right?
they're also allowed to have 4 extra locations compared to the regular people that now come in. So what people have realized is how do we need to control the medical market as much as possible,
Mhm.
and then we need to, have that be transitioned into the recreational market. But problem with Seattle and Washington State is that it was just this is why I call it like these markets don't like the last one really that was like this was Oklahoma.
Mhm.
There's not been one since, and there probably won't be because it's too much distributed power. There's people in power now want to consolidate that, and they're gonna do that.
There's so many things that happen when this changes. What do you feel like is like what do you feel like New York should know to do better so we don't like or somebody like to have any advice you could give somebody for the future that's coming up because you're saying I heard
Don't 100% because so I mean
because I heard these places gonna cut off and stuff. It's only a time short period that everybody can really do whatever they want to do.
It's not gonna. Let's just and that's a great question. Really, what I would say is just remember because I'm telling you, we were the first market to go through this, bro. Do not think that this shit's gonna last forever because it's not. You're living in a fucking fairyland. You're not living in reality if you think that's the case. And there are people, I've talked to a few different like companies here in New York, and I'll hit them like, "What's your plans for the future?" And they're trying to, I think some of them, a couple people have told me like, "Oh, we're just gonna smoke and have fun. We're gonna do that," And I was like, okay. And I think more so that was more so them just trying to like, not really reveal their future plans because they'd be real idiots if that was the case. But, like I said, the future is coming. This is not going to last forever. This is a golden era. This is an era that you guys are never going to have again. Remember that. And that's why I make the most of it. Try to, preserve it as much as possible through video, through content. It looks like it's happening, bro. There's so many dope, including yourself, content creators, coming, in this area.
The game has been messed up, and I think prices have a big thing to do with it too, right? Like we was talking earlier, and you said you're spoiled because of coming from where you're coming from. Is the more like you was like what $250 for an ounce, bro? Like
bro.
get out of here.
Yeah,
and I said that's a good price.
Yeah, no, exactly, and that's the thing about, that's the thing about we were really spoiled, bro. Because bro, I used to get well, first, when I first started dropping, my brother brought me up, a fucking, 20-pack. I was a freshman in high school, a 20-pack of, some kind of boo-boo, outdoor from fucking Oregon. Because he was going to school down there. And I ended up flooding the little market I was in there and, moving up. But from there, though, I also used to get, I would have, 10 different people I could hit up. And I could get people that would sell me literally, 16 ounces, right, a pound, right? Each ounce of that 16 were all different, all fire.
Yeah.
and that would be at total like the very, very, very most. And this is when I was like freshman, sophomore year of high school, where the prices were still a little bit higher. It was like $150 a zip, top shelf, and I got a
And you had great, and then this was like did this all do back then? Like was like white smoke, white ash? Like was this like a thing? What do you?
No, none of that was no.
What's like the flavors around that time?
Flavors around that time were like the generic ones that were very like not hyped up like they are now today. Because if you got to think about it too, like Instagram started. So we're the same age, right?
Yeah.
26, right?
Yeah.
When we were freshmen in high school, or sophomores maybe that's when Instagram came out.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
And Snapchat came out that same year or the year after.
Yeah.
The hype around anything, whether it's a brand of shoes, all this stuff, it's not even like hype beast. That term hype beast probably wasn't coined until like I don't know when.
Till Supreme, I said recently.
Yeah, till recently though. But the thing about hype beast though is that wouldn't have been possible unless we had social media.
Mm-hmm.
Now there obviously were probably prior like precursors to that, like whether it was like blogs or like like
you heard
forums.
You heard of the Low Lives before?
I've heard the name. Remind me of what?
The Low Lives was a group of people. It was kind of like I think it was like a Bronx thing, or like I think it was mainly a Bronx thing, but I could be wrong. Could be like Harlem a little bit, but basically a bunch of people in the hood would just rob everybody for their polos and their Ralph Laurens, and then just wear those to
see
skis.
all my
So that's before social media, and they're hype beast.
Yo, all right, that's crazy you said that because you're right, bro. Because
Ralph
I was at your
advertising to them either, bro.
I was at your crib yesterday. I was at his crib yesterday, and literally I see hanging on like the fucking. I see the Gucci belt, and I was like, "Oh, you got the Gucci belt, huh?" Because back in the day, like and this is like
Gucci
we were talking
belt,
about this too.
Louis
Like
belt.
our generation is the first generation with the internet, where trends that now appear, in cultural power centers in the United States spread everywhere. Like Atlanta right now, because of their hip hop influence, like they're really running the game right now, or it could be argued it's starting to shift now. But the word like for example, we start to use cap. Cap is an Atlanta slang. We start to use slang words now from all over.
The language melts
exactly. So
together.
now we're beginning more, and it's kind of bad because it kind of can erase other
differences.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can understand what everybody's saying, but one of the bigger things is that like a word like weirdo. Cali weirdo is so different.
Don't ever fucking say weirdo ever, bro. Like ever around fucking you're in LA, bro. Like I got a Seattle fucking like the
Tattoo?
Seattle. No, I got a Seattle pendant like chain that I rock from time to time. I don't rock that down in LA. Yeah, LA's different, bro.
Yeah.
That's a whole different beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't ever call. No,
the weirdo word is like over here. It just means like he might be a little weird.
Yeah,
like,
exactly, bro. But that's an LA thing, bro. That's not even because Seattle, bro.
Canada is different too. My Canadian homies told me when they hear some shit that's like yo no homo, some gay shit, they go yo that's fire. And I laugh at that.
What does that mean?
That means that's gay. Yo, that's fire. Men's is on fire.
Man, we've been. If we're.
I know, I would have been.
Man, we've been calling everything gay, bro.
So now here's the thing. Now, if I tell them suck my dick, they're gonna think I'm actually gay. They're gonna laugh at me.
That's
like over
crazy.
here, it's gonna be a different thing.
And it's like, come on, New York shit, suck my dick with you, all that shit.
But that's
bro.
like
disrespectful.
It's very disrespectful.
But it's also playful, kind of like banter.
Yeah, and just by saying the same thing, you can really
it's
tell.
Weird. It's there's pros and cons to it, bro. The negatives to the globalization or the more centralization of like culture is that it erases other sub like little nuanced things. But the good thing about it is that we actually understand each other and we don't have cultural sometimes problems start because they just don't understand each other. They don't understand each other.
That happens more here too because of texting now. Because we used to say suck my dick and it can mean multiple things. Now if you put it in a text, now I think like something, I think you're mad or like yo, what do you mean?
I just know now because like people like my homies from New York, and I knew this before kind of through like just like other suck my dick. It's almost like a term of like endearment, a little bit. Kind of like joking around.
It's like a little joke shit, like exactly.
But like low key, dude, like if you really said that, it just depends about it's all about tone, all that shit. But
it's tone, how you carry yourself, and then like
fuck out. It's like suck my dick is like the second iteration of like fuck out of here, like kind of that shit.
You know what? You wait for it in a group too. You don't just come off the bat like thinking,
it's all about tone, like time.
You don't want to fake an accent to us, like I mean, you could say the normal things. Like,
should I not do the I'm walking here?
No, that one's good. Yeah, I was just about to say that was cool. That was cool. These nowadays, bro, they're changing so many rules to fit large organizations. Yeah. And it's super common. Like, I just seen them pass a law that basically said that stores like Petco and stuff that sell pets.
They can't.
They can. Oh, you heard
I didn't
about
know.
this?
I can't remember the specifics.
So they can't sell pets. Now they have to give the pets to the shelters so they can shelter.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
And then the shelters are gonna pay Petco or a company like that rent to keep the dog because that's the only place they can get rid of it at, which is kind of like
What's the reasoning behind it? I guess
saying the animals be too abused in the pet. Like it's not just Petco. I'm not trying to say. I'm just like saying those types of stores.
It's not just about the terminology,
The
like
stores that can sell.
so it's not just about the verbiage, like how they, because like you know how like lately, bro, like words are starting to change. Not words, but like people are starting to not, and you know there's good and bad things about that, but. Is it actually like it helps so animals aren't abused? Or
Yes, it is. But it is the problem I see is this, right? Like, so if you can go into the store like that and see like animal that's abused or something, they're saying the stores are too cramped and they be having the dogs in the store for like 2-3 weeks and nobody's doing. You know, it's like abusive to the pets. So they go just give them off to the shelters. Like shelters don't have abuse there.
You're right, because shelters
they already got enough.
Shelters definitely have abuse, but I think the incentive structure of it being not as like corporatized. Like for example, like if they're in a store, dude, they're gonna be optimized for how do we make this most efficient to make the most amount of money?
Yes.
Rather than a shelter being most of the time are nonprofits.
Yeah.
Where they're not incentivized like that. So I actually do get that.
But they're still paying rent to this. Like the store's still going profit.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
And they ban the sale of pets. So basically, when you go, so like let's say that's basically saying that like a company, the weed company, can basically sell to a distributor, but you can't buy off the weed company, and then everything they're gonna show you is gonna be what they want to show you. You're not gonna see that pet that's in aisle 3 sick, so you can call somebody and be like, "Yo, this pet is sick." You're not gonna see him now.
It's like a gallery, this kind of where you like not a gallery, but like a view.
It's like a museum, bro.
Not a museum, but it's a catalog.
Yeah, almost like, which is like I feel like
physical.
I feel like at least over there you could like you should have held their business responsible, like spend more money, get a bigger place, do something instead of just tossing the load onto the shelter, and then they have to pay you rent for keeping the animals there, and then they're the only ones that get. It's just so weird.
It's
like
weird.
It doesn't.
Did you know that Mars, Mars, that huge candy company?
Yeah.
You know they bought up all of the veterinarians, like almost half of the vets in the entire country. Like, do you know that?
No, what the fuck?
It's really weird, bro. Sorry, my bad.
I wonder if that's a conspiracy for like chocolates and dogs and stuff like that. And also America's one of these countries. There's the immigrant shit that I see. America's one of these countries that has one word that means two different things. Like so, like a vet is a veterinarian or a veteran.
A veteran, exactly.
And I'm like, yo, the levels of son.
Well, 100%. Well, dude, if you talk to like there's I grew up like learning Japanese, which is definitely a tough like language to learn. But like, bro, I've talked to people in other countries. Bro, English is one of the harder. Like American English is really tough because we have so many slang words and there's so many iterations.
But I feel like it's one of the easiest too because it's so around everywhere. You grew up on it more.
Exactly. Everyone in the world, for the most part, has been forced to watch it, whether it's through movies, propaganda.
Ask anybody about Rambo, Rocky,
the spaghetti westerns,
Terminator.
Even before that, the spaghetti western. America is brilliant at exporting their cultural, media, the media around the world. It's the best at marketing their brands. And a lot of times, and there's a lot of reasons for that. One, because we kind of run the world because we have the army.
Influence really is the best thing.
It's influence, but it's also, we really rebuilt, like America rebuilt the world after World War II. And imagine having that a bit like
it's still rebuilding the world in places.
It is. No, it's destroying the world in a lot of it's
destroying, but it has to destroy it to rebuild it. That's like their technique.
No, yeah, it is. Yeah, well,
as I said,
exactly.
I'm gonna break your leg, but I'm gonna give you a wheelchair so you can buy it off of me.
Yeah, that
you know
exactly, exactly. They're gonna fucking destroy your country so that then they can control the rebuilding of it. That's honestly, yeah.
100%. That's just the same thing they do with the cannabis business and all.
Exactly, destroy the medical market and rebuild it in the way you want it. That's how you do it, folks.
They come in, they flood the market with all these prices. The prices all over the place. Now you're seeing units that go for like not even units, like an ounce will go for like 1,500.
Bro,
did you say 2,500?
No, I said 1,200. No, so there's this. I don't know. I don't want to say the names too, but like there was someone told me like, oh yeah, this dude's selling ounces for 1,200. I'm sorry, bro. If you ever come into me ever with $1,200 for an ounce, I will. Back in the day, I probably would have fucking smacked you. Nowadays I'll probably just I'll do a smell. I'll shake my fucking head and just walk away, bro. But bro, even if you come and be that like, bro, you'll never ever catch me buying an ounce for 200, 180. at this point, bro, 180 up. That's how spoiled we were.
How are you supposed to make money with that, bro? You tell me, break it down. Like, because I know you can make money with an ounce being 1,500. That can make money. But if your ounces are like 150 and it's good weed.
So 150 is 600 a QP, right? 600 a QP, what? That's 24. That's what, 2,400, bro. That's good money.
Bro, that's not even rent.
But 1 pound, bro, let's say you, like, what you talking about?
But it's like, yeah, if you're a grower, though. Like, let's say if you're a grower, you would need massive amounts to make any bit of money with that 2,500.
It depends, though. It depends. Imagine, okay, do you have taxes? Do you have, like, energy? Like, what are the energy? There's a lot of variables that would come into play, which I agree. I want to, but.
Because that's a big variation of how the market can really survive.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you right now, dude, the prices, like, okay, that person that's selling, if he's the grower, too, which it seems like he is, that person selling $1,200 ounces, dude, I
feel like the grower selling it for 1,200 is a little OD, though. Let me say that different.
That's a whole,
yeah,
I'm gonna go. Don't ever call me like that, bro, with the 1,200 ounce,
get
bro.
if you were some crazy, collector's weed and then some other guy had it. I get that. I get it. I'll say no, but I get it. Yeah. Like, you have some shit that nobody got from somebody else. You want to raise the price. I get it. Like, if the dispensary has
bro, if the price is going to if you can sell it, bro, that's what the market price is. Good for you, bro. I'm just saying personally, dude, that. But you're right, bro. I mean,
it doesn't not feel like it doesn't give the customer, like, a reason. It's hard to come back from that. Like,
from what?
To buy, like, $125 eighth and then it not be, like, I feel like it can't be anywhere greater than certain things. Like, at some point, like, I forgot what somebody said, but I think my boy Keys said this, but, like, weed is like a thing where you only got a certain price, bro. Like, you only can rack it up to a certain price.
But now we're in a different era, and you're right, and that was the case. And that's why, like, when I hear things like $1,200 an ounce, it just blows my fucking mind, because we're in an era now where brand has come into play at such an immense level where people at that point, bro, you're not paying. So for example, someone buys that $1,200 ounce, and let's just say, like, we'll call it brand A, right? Let's call it, A1 brand. Hopefully it's A1, bro, if you're paying that much. But the A1 brand, right? You buy an ounce for $1,200. That ounce probably cost them, let's say $50 or something. Let's say 75. That's probably too, like, around there. Like, let's say 50, for the grower,
50,
right?
Yeah.
50, yeah, right. And then they need to make some money, right? So they need to make, up 200%, 150, bro. See what I'm saying? It's not that bad, bro. Yeah. But the other, 950, the other, 950, bro. That 950, the reason why they're making that 950 straight profit, straight fucking cash money, is because of brand, bro. And that's what Louis Vuitton does. That's what Gucci's been doing forever, bro. The reason why
they got quality, bro. They got
quality. I'm not hating on that, bro.
You don't got the answers, bro. You don't got the answers, bro. Yeah, bro.
I've been trying to. Yeah.
It's not Ralph, bro.
I'm Disney.
It's not Ralph.
Yeah, it's not, bro. Ralph was the bro. Because dude, it was so funny when you said that, and that's when I had that revelation of, bro, those trends that became national. Because, bro, I had
it got to be quality, bro. Your $1,200 ounce is in the same jar I could buy for 75 cents on an online website, and then put a label.
Yeah.
I know the designers you're getting it printed by, like the printing company. What's the difference besides the weed? The brand is.
It's all about the brand, bro. That's why Louis Vuitton is one of the most fucking limited brands. All the holding companies that own all these bro. What those people have done. And this is what Brandon is, like high-end brands that are charging, exorbitant amounts of money have really figured out. What they figured out is, how do we trick people into buying our shit? And it used to be like, how do we trick rich people? And there's still rich people like this, but nowadays, because we've been so absorbed, bro, like it's about how do we trick low-key anybody to fall for this shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's so easy over here, bro, because I could take you to George. Next time we're going to come, we're going to take you. We really got to make, like motherfucking, like, you're going to be the test subject. We're going to just push you into a bunch of spots and just have the camera on you. Like, we're going to take you to, you didn't go to George Washington Square Park, right?
No, not yet.
You heard about it?
No.
Like, so every time, like, Doja or whatever was coming to New York and they do the shit, that's that park.
It's that park. Okay, yeah.
Honestly, great marketing spot. I really gotta go. You could just go there if you have a company. Literally have a giant sign. You don't even need grass, but you can have it. Like, if it can help you out, like, people gonna take it. Like, there's a lot of people just super open there. Yeah. Motherfucking kids are selling shit from the table. Like, I love that. Like 20-year-olds like selling Bubba for like 40 and 8.
The Bubba pack.
40 and 8, 20 a gram type shit. And I'm like, bro, what are they doing? But like, you'd be super surprised at like the audience that comes. Like, it's like you'll see some old dude, like some some really old like 65-year-old dude, but he's wearing like a leather jacket with spikes and he got the purple hair like this, and he'll buy that. And
That's
you will
dope.
go, I get it. Like that's who. That guy's not going to anybody and copping. I don't know why, but it's like sometimes it's like those people, and then you go there. It's a very, the market is very open. Like it's like everybody's selling
Yeah.
everything. It's bugged out.
Yeah, and that shit's gonna stop. I guarantee. I mean,
Cops are right there. That's
right.
why, yeah, they're
Dude,
right there.
so
standing
cops
right there.
so cops are right there and they're letting it happen right
Yes,
now.
yes.
So do you understand? Like that's what they're doing. So they're waiting around those people. They're gonna let it happen.
You don't think it's the
m-
white kids selling it? You don't think it's that? I just thought it was because there was some white kids. There was a lot of white kids there.
No. What it is, bro, and it could be that.
Could be just, it's all the city white kids. It's all the rich kids that live in Manhattan that do sell this. They're skaters and stuff like that. Like they'll come out and from the Lower East Side and all that type of shit.
Maybe that's definitely the case. Then,
There's some people from Brooklyn and Queens that's
Yeah.
close around. They'll go there. It was like a lot of thing about when I saw during COVID was like this, where I felt like there was a lot of the Black Lives Matter stuff was going on. So that's when people saw that as an opening to kind of get in through the riot show. So I felt like it was like a thing like this where if the white kid is there with a table, the black kid is gonna set up their table too, because no cop is gonna say nothing to the black kid and no cop is gonna say nothing to the white kid. Cause that was the only colors I saw over there, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like it was only two, and I just felt like if you was gonna get set up by anybody at that table to get robbed once you left.
100%. Well, and I'm sure you're right on that. But I think going back to like
not even the cops, I felt like more people would look at me.
No,
like,
no, you're right. But the cops are there right now to make sure that no fuck shit happens.
Yeah,
Right?
no
Like you're right. No robbery, right?
At that park,
But-
not outside.
But they also are there because the moment they're setting up, what they're doing right now is they're setting up this entire system infrastructure so that when the switch gets flipped on, right, the lights turn on and what I mean by that is when the state starts collecting tax money, they have the system done and they're gonna squash it. You're not gonna see that shit happening at that park in 3-4 years. I promise you. And if that's the case, I hope I'm gonna come back to this clip, this part right here, and tell me I'm wrong.
I think you're gonna be wrong.
I might be wrong, bro, because it's a big enough market.
It's a fucking mentality here.
It's a mentality. You are right, because I was talking to somebody today about this. I was doing another interview here, and the shop owner that we're using as the venue to do this video, he told me, he's like, bro, we in the 90s we used to get arrested. We used to get 2 hours later, we're down half a block doing the same damn thing. One of our people is doing it. You can never put, and it's like, and he said the mentality, and I was like, so now that you say that, you might be right, bro. You might be right. This might be fucking Cali on steroids. The thing about New York is it doesn't have the growing infrastructure to support like Cali does.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard in New York when it's first of all, it's just hard in New York. Like just being in New York is not easy. It's just hard. You gotta deal with so much shit.
Yeah.
It makes you family tough, shit. You got neighbor shit. You know, I told you I had neighbor problems and shit. I had to pick homie up and drag him to his
people here
house.
are just not with the bullshit. Like they're not trying to and I get it, bro. And I appreciate that a lot. But it also dude, I was at a show. I was at the Jadakiss, South Beach show last night. And I was talking to one of my homies there that was, watched me and, we finally met in person. He mentioned me. I kind of out of the blue a little bit. He's like, bro, it's like, I'm from he's from Brooklyn or the Bronx. I think he's from the Bronx. He's from the Bronx. And he's like, bro, the thing about it is I'm a pretty positive, nice person, but dude, people are fucking kind of mean here sometimes. And it's funny. I mean, that happens, anywhere, bro.
But it depends. Why are they being mean?
It depends.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's funny. I don't think mean is the right fucking term, bro. I think
it could be dickheads.
It's like irritability. It's like they're irritated.
Oh yeah.
Which I get.
Every little thing kind of.
Well, bro, because you have so much of this. Bro, sitting in traffic, bro, you're gonna get irritated, bro. Yo, fuck LA traffic, bro. But also, it ain't got shit on New York traffic. Okay, let's get that fucking straight, bro. Let's get that straight. I've been in, no, bro. Fuck out of here, dude. New York traffic is, I look in the maps, 3 miles away. 2.5 miles away. Oh yeah, that's gonna be 35 fucking minutes, bro. Are you, anyway, bro.
Yeah, 3 miles
Don't get me started on
and
that
35.
shit, bro.
So if you had 6 miles, it'll take you an hour. So you're basically going 6 miles per hour, right? You could jog that, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so we got this other thing, right? We got this, we got a side of old heads that are very much into these strains that are the classic strains, and they're into growing a certain type of way. And then you got the new heads that are into the new classic strains and everything. And I wonder if there's a market for anybody to meet up in the middle, because people still talk about all this sour stuff and over here.
There is, bro, and it's gonna pop up a lot more, because what happens in general, if you think about just human nature in a lot of ways, bro, the classics stick around, but they also make comebacks. That's what that whole term of retro retrograde.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's cycles, right? There's gonna be, you know,
Weed's gonna be in retrograde.
think about this, bro. Think about this like weed. Bro. Think about this like for music, bro. What is, bro? The sampling is getting out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And sampling folks are, you know, sampling, you know, different like music, bro. Like for example, like the
Nothing
Kanye
down,
West, like
nothing.
this. She's a gold digger. Like that's a sample of a sample.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do a sample of a, and there's a
Jesus Walks is a sample.
everything's a fucking sample.
The top
and
songs right now are
Kanye
samples.
is the king of, like, he's the one who really, like, I mean, there's it's happened way before that, but
The 21 Savage song with J. Cole and everything.
everything
that was
is a sample, bro. Dude, New York drill, dude. Everything is a
So,
classic remix sample.
Everybody in my group of friends, when we be chilling, we always make the same jokes, but because all the packs, everybody kind of agrees, got lemon cherry in it.
Exactly.
It's runs.
And what is lemon cherry though? It's runs. What is like runs
Bro,
really,
you
bro?
know
It's
what we
based off
seen?
cookies. Like,
Bro, we seen cherry lemon gelato.
yeah, hey, that's the different.
The name for, yo, it's different, bro. It's one
Man,
of the cherry.
I
hits you
love
first.
a good batch of lemon cherry. I love, dude. When people ask me what are your favorites, I got asked in the interview earlier today, and my answer was, I don't know, bro. I don't really have like I like them all, bro. It's like really batch specific, bro. If someone grows it in this specific type of climate, this type of style, you know, if it's a good batch, bro, it's a good genetics, you know, stable, it's gonna be great, bro. But if it's a shitty version of whatever it is, bro, it's gonna be bad. So like I can't even tell you a real answer, but like. Yeah, bro. The lemon cherry gelato, though, dude, it's. I think really, it's like people need to think about strains like this as just saturation.
Mm-hmm.
The more of it is, bro. Because dude, you could have some absolute kill, bro. Some absolute fire. I'm not saying it's gay. I'm saying it's fire.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
Okay, we in Canada.
Call back now.
We're in the U.S.
Yeah, and you know, but it's really about like the perception of it and the perception of what Bubba is. Because I've had some crazy fire Bubba batches, you know, like variations, and it's dope. But now, because this is why brand is so important. Because now we associate Bubba. You could show me the most top shelf Bubba, and we could say it's dope. But even what would probably happen, bro? Let's say somebody comes to me with like 5 pounds, kill. It's absolute fire, super fire, perfect. If they tell me it's Bubba, what's probably going to happen is, you know, let's say I'm
Like
just,
platinum Bubba. It looks
exactly.
good and
Well,
everything.
what's going to probably happen is I'm going to rename it to now the new thing.
Yeah, that's
and I'm going to use that weed as it's still fire weed, but that's how important this shit is.
Platinum Oreos.
Not even, yeah, like we're getting far away from the platinum at this point, bro. Fucking, I love it.
There's still platinum around.
I know platinum. I got
cherry.
homies in Florida hitting me up being, bro, I know people that are making millions of dollars off the Bubbas right now, the platinum. It's like, bro, and that's how crazy it is, bro, because that's what was happening about 6, 7, 8 years ago in Washington.
Okay.
Now but every market's starting to close up, right? Because of the saturation. And
So is New York the most I guess what's that word? Like youthful or something? The most
it is the most
passionate. I don't know what the
it's
word
the
is.
most passionate, obvious, bro. What do you mean? Of course it's the most passionate, because they're like low key just
or like young, like I'm saying like young. Cause you know you young, you got a passion. When you've been in the game long enough, it's more about discipline than passion anymore, you know?
yeah. And there's a lot of, you're right, it's very passionate right now, because even for people that are technically older, right, that because it's new. Like, you guys were always, and I think maybe the growers a little bit different, you know, but like the trappers that have been here for a while, this is a whole new world, like kind of in a certain degree, because, you know, now there's stuff now you can cop, you know, packs in state.
Yeah, but some trappers are now they
gonna
have
grow.
to go out of state to drop the packs off because there's not enough money now.
Yeah.
Like
Everything's gonna, dude, everything. So it's like the West Coast is gonna get saturated. It's already been saturated, right? That it's
Yeah.
gonna move in. Like, bro, back in the day, bro, we had people from Idaho coming in getting 400 fucking, you know, 4 boxes, bro, 400 units, bro, and like flooding that shit. And
But
Idaho
this has to be. Is this all outdoor? Like when you get bigger amounts and stuff.
yeah,
back
with
then?
back then. Nowadays,
It's
the light
indoor.
depth can.
The light depth can trick you.
Well, light depth, yeah, that's a whole other thing, and obviously, like the light depth definitely can. You know, well, it's just people are getting that good at it, but yeah, now it's moved. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know, this is obviously. Let's just say it's a homie of mine. You know, theoretically, right? We'll just put it like that. Someone was like, you know, let's just say it's a scenario that happened. Maybe
It's not even a real person, bro.
It's not even a real person.
I had a thought. He had
but,
a dream.
But like, let's say like, you know, you got 250 units of outdoor. Let's say like, you know, let's say theoretically I was to like try to ask someone recently, you know, in the Washington market, you know, really all over the country, right? Let's just say theoretically, it's outdoor. It's pretty good outdoor. Low ticket, 300, They didn't even want it. No one.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Outdoor is donezo, bro. And I love outdoor.
Nowadays, some of the indoors at that price, people still won't take it. You might have to just catch them on the right time.
I don't know. Indoor state, it depends the quality. I don't know, bro.
No. I'm saying on the low packs.
Yeah.
On the low packs, like, the only way, like, you could probably get, like, let's say if you have some indoor, like, for fucking, like, 3 or some shit on the thing. The only way you could probably move it if, like, the guy who does that already, his guy slacked the day. Or some guy ran into him and it was like, I just need to pick up 1, 2, 3. And that's the only way, because nowadays everybody just got this flood from everywhere coming in.
It's the flood, bro, and it's led by Cali, but trust me, dude. Like,
led
all
by
of my
Cali.
homies that grow in Washington State, in Seattle, bro, all my old trap homies, they all grow. But, like, bro, they're not trying to sell anything to you, like, on this, like, in Seattle, bro. Everything's going out of state, bro, and every single, you know, like.
But does the good stuff still stay there?
No, bro. Like, even at yeah, but the good stuff in a lot of ways, bro. I don't even want to talk. It makes me mad thinking about, like. I remember I hit up recently one of my homies, like, oh, how much is, like, from, like, some of my old trap homies, like, how much is, like, a unit, like, a few units now, right now, and they're like some like fire, like 26, 27. And
that's for you. It's like, no, I can't do that
no,
here.
Bro. No, dog. We're not at 1990, bro. Like, this is not, like, that's 1990 price.
That's
like,
great over here.
Yeah,
that's why they're doing it, too. It's great.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it for them to jig that. Even then though, like, even selling a P for 25, 26 of some top shelf here in Seattle, it's not even worth it because they can, they probably sell it more.
So what's next to Seattle over there? Like, what's the states right next to it?
So Washington State, right? You got Washington, you got Idaho, you got Montana, you got south of Washington, you got Oregon.
Which is the illegal ones?
Idaho. Idaho hates weed. They're like the most anti-weed in the country.
Don't they probably take the most then?
But think about, like, the population, bro. Like, I don't know.
I'm looking at Seattle right now.
Look at the population of Idaho, bro.
Okay.
Idaho, really. Shout out to all my people in Idaho, by the way. Fucking.
How do you spell Idaho?
Idaho.
Idaho population.
Idaho.
1.9 million. 2021.
That's like less than the size of Greater Seattle.
Yeah. Seattle, you're looking at right now. Actually, it's less. Seattle right now, you have 700,000, 33.
I said the Greater Seattle area.
That's different?
Yeah, so that's the inner Seattle. That's like the mid, like, that's actually like the real, quote unquote, real. Say like metropolitan.
4.1 million.
See?
What the fuck? Wait.
See?
Explain that to me again.
So what that means, bro, is like, for example, like
3-4 times the amount up.
I know, bro. I know. It was way more than even I thought.
Should I show you the map to explain it to me, or you can explain it to me?
I'll explain it to you right now. So what it is, bro, is there's Bellevue, right? Bellevue
is right next to
right. It's right across the water, and it's like, on the lakeside. Yeah. Then there's all, bro. The greater, like, metropolitan Seattle area is like 6, 7 cities, probably 6, quote unquote, town, like, cities.
So you got the Bellevue right to the right, and then Seattle's right here.
Exactly.
And Bellevue is Seattle.
Bellevue's not Seattle. It's
so what's the greater part? The greater part
including Bellevue. It's Bellevue. It's metropolitan Seattle.
It's this area.
So when, like, let's say somebody, like, is from Bellevue, is out in, Nevada or out in the East Coast, and somebody asks, oh, where are you from? They're not going to tell you Bellevue. They're going to tell you Seattle, because it's just
short.
It's easier. Right? They're going to know where it is.
And that's the greater.
That's not the terminology for that. No, that's not the. No, it's like the surrounding areas of
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. They call it metropolitan Seattle, like the totality of it. So 4.1 million though, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot squeezed in. It's still way more spread out. I mean, it's not even close, bro. I needed to piss really bad today, bro, and I was trying to find a fucking alleyway to go piss in really quick. There's not enough room for a fucking alley, bro.
Sometimes you gotta just do it, low key. Like when I used to chill on the block, bro, low key. If you was to chill on the block we used to chill on, and you had to go pee, we would point you at a garage door to a building.
Yeah.
And you gotta go there and pee. And if a car happens to come and the garage door opens, don't move, bro.
Yeah.
Just finish the pee. And like everybody pees there.
I just wasn't. Yeah. I guess
I can't do it, but sometimes
I could do it. I was close to almost doing it because I thought I was about to burst my fucking. Dude.
We'll get you
I mean,
there.
I would have been there. It's just, bro. It's all about feeling comfortable in like whatever area.
Yeah, if I was there, you would have done it. If I said, "Yo, go ahead, I'm gonna look out."
Yeah, exactly. And if I was in Seattle, like I would know, like, bro, like I remember when my homies visit me in Seattle, and I'm doing shit, and like we're doing shit with my homies, and like we're doing all this, whatever it is, and like they're telling me like, "Are you cool with it? Like why are you like?" I was like, "Bro, I feel very comfortable. I know this shit."
Mm-hmm.
If I'm in a place though, I'm honestly very cautious, dude, because I just always want to be, be careful with, all that. Even though most of the time,
Or just you're in a different place.
exactly, you're in a different place. You don't know,
You're not
bro.
gonna do the same thing in
It's
Seattle.
better to be careful than to fucking just be carefree and just one day, have that shit, fuck you over. But yeah, bro.
You're not gonna do the same thing in Seattle. You're gonna be more comfortable in Seattle.
I'm so comfortable in Seattle, bro. I'm super comfortable, bro. It's because you're from there, you know the place, like all that.
What was growing up in Seattle like for you?
Growing up in Seattle was dope. I went to my elementary school was this public school called John Stanford. I was like the second year of this weird program where they like did like immersion Japanese or Spanish so you learn, so half the day from K through 5, half the day you get taught your science and math in immersion Japanese. Meaning the teachers can't teach, they can't even speak English, bro. This is a public school.
And there's Japanese numbers.
What do you mean? Yeah.
The numbers, the math is in English.
It's
in the Japanese.
Japanese, yeah. You want to know why I'm so goddamn good at my fucking times tables?
Go ahead, why?
Because Japanese culture, dude, they're all about the quick.
7 times 3.
21.
7 times 7.
49.
Okay.
Keep going, bro. I ain't tripping. Come on.
12 times 14.
Wait, 7 times 7, yeah, 49. 12 times 14, 168. No. Something like that. I don't know.
I ain't gonna know. That was pretty. I ain't gonna even double check with that. Okay, so was that a lot of pressure, or was that like easy for you because you're young?
It was young, bro. It was
that
just,
sounds great.
No, it was very cool. It was a very cool program. It was.
Did you have Japanese people there?
It was a very diverse.
Nobody to cheat off of.
Nah, bro, because it wasn't even like that, bro.
That's what Spanish class.
It was weird, bro, because I realized that like once I got to high school, I started to see people that I went to school with, and it was. It was funny. Like there was like there ended up being like back in high school, there's like some like beef with these people, and they ended up being like in like the year before me in this program. It was funny, bro. It was a very, 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 very diverse, class.
Like, what did you guys do when you were pre-smoking, and when did you start smoking?
Started smoking middle school.
Pre-smoking, what was you doing?
Pre-smoking, just playing sports. I was hella into sports.
It wasn't into sports after smoking?
I wasn't still into sports, but like, dude, like I like Garfield High School, I went to, very, very good, like one of the best basketball programs in the country, and at least for public schools, right? And I was good enough in basketball where I was told like, yeah, you should really go try it. And I just one regret I have is not trying. I probably wouldn't have been a starter, like, but I would have been on. Like, I'm good enough. I was good enough at the point where at that time where I probably could have been like a bench player, which is pretty dope. But plus, like, I was really good at like baseball, football, because I never really played it until high school. But, I like definitely like my brother, brought me up packs and I started jugging, and
was he a good influence to you?
My brother's a great influence. He might have been a bad, he likes to always like, get his feelings like, bro, such a bad, like he was a great, he's a great.
That's good for him to feel bad though.
He felt hella, nice. Well, dude, he's the one, he did like kind of, introduced me to like
put you on, yeah.
He put me on, bro. He brought up like 20 P's the freshman year, and I just had prices. Like,
and now, why did he do that to the little bro? That's a lot of pressure, bro.
It's not a lot of pressure. It wasn't even pressure. I asked for it, bro. Because dude, like I saw, in middle school, he really taught, like he taught me how to like, he'd not spoil me necessarily, but he'd like, go buy me like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, from his trap money, right? And then, my parents always were people that, they really like, you have to work for your own money, so we're gonna work for our own money.
And
so
they didn't care about. How's your parents?
My parents, they're great people, great parents, and they were just oblivious to what I was doing, but
Is it a chill vibe in Seattle where you can kind of relax on your kid, or like they knew but they let it go?
All different types of people and parents, so it doesn't there was some crazy parents.
Was your house the Smoke's house, like where everybody came and smoked?
No, my mom still to this day doesn't really fuck with cannabis as much. She's like like no, bro, it's that era of a certain type of person.
She still think it's like not legal. Like she's like, nah, it's not.
No. She's like, she know, bro. No, I mean, she knows, dude. Like I got a huge tattoo of like a cannabis plant on my fucking leg. It was hella. No, bro. My mom is not tripping about that at all. She worked with a lot of people that had like drug problems, and she equates that to weed, which is it's one of those things which is stupid. But no, but going back to it, bro, like it was all very different, bro.
But that era, man, they got that era. It got brainwashed.
It's called just say no, Nancy Reagan. That's how you call it, that era.
My boys got put onto a lot of drugs just by the was it just something with the Dare?
Oh
Dare,
yeah, Dare.
right? Dare.
Yeah.
You heard of that, right? Dare
Kind of,
program.
yeah. The thing we used to like make fun of a lot. Like
Yeah, well, it's like the shit. What did you just say? The say no thing, right?
just
It's
say
that?
no. That's Nancy Reagan, like 80s, 90s, and then there's also other things like that. But you know, yeah, it's a weird era, bro. But getting back though to Seattle, I mean, Seattle was a really my experience there was really interesting, bro, because I really saw different aspects of like society. Right, I went to public school, elementary school. You know,
Spoke Japanese.
Spoke Japanese, very
you still
diverse.
Speak Japanese?
Shoto.
You can hold your own?
Yeah, I can hold my own for sure.
Go to a
Little,
restaurant?
it's getting a little rough. I need to get back.
Now,
a
would
little
you
bit
go
more.
into a restaurant and just practice, or
I used to sometimes back in the day, but yeah, no, it was cool. But I then went to, it was really weird. Then I went to, and this public school was like, you know, very diverse, right? Then I went to this middle school. It's called St. Joe's, right?
yeah?
And this is like where like all the rich kind of like
It's still a public school?
no, it's a private school, right?
Private
St.
school,
Joe's,
okay,
right?
yeah.
It's Catholic, right?
Yeah.
Went there for 3 years, and I learned a lot from that situation because I learned that, dude, like, bro, there's it definitely did not make me really like super wealthy people that much at all.
It didn't what?
It just showcased to me, bro, like
It's not all that.
it's not all that, but at the same time, it was interesting because you get to see it, right? You get to be around that shit, and you get to just kind of understand, like, you know, do you like that shit or not? I don't really like it. Then I went to Garfield, right? And Garfield was a public
It's
school.
because you lacked connect. So were
It's
you
a
on the
lot of,
same
like-
level as them as your family coming
No.
up in Seattle?
No,
you
we were the poorest by far.
you
at
guys
that
had to
school.
work for that
we were
spot.
We were the poorest by far. Like my brother.
So was they putting money into you as the good kid, like fingers crossed, send them to the private school?
No, my brother went K through 8 to St. Joe's, right? And so
Okay.
they did it for him, right?
Oh,
Now-
okay. So it's just a thing.
Exactly. And then I went to, and so my brother went to private school and went to Seattle Prep, and then I went to Garfield, and we turned out, you know, pretty similar, but also very, very different in the sense where, you know, I grew up with, you know, a lot, like a very, very, like very diverse group of people, like a lot of black people, a lot of Asian people, you know.
You want to take that? You can take it.
No, we'll finish, we finish this
yeah,
up. We're
we'll
already
shut it
going
up.
like 20, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Garfield was crazy though, bro, because it literally was, you know, when I really started going, it taught me a lot. So it's different, you know. Garfield was one of the more hood schools, I'd say, like, you know.
So wrapping it up, right?
Yeah. wrap it up.
What is your goals for the future?
My goal in the future, bro, is to create, you know, brands, create more media outlets, help people, you know, that are in cannabis media or in media in general succeed, and create a network that we can help push those brands, our brands, and, you know, showcase to the world that, dude, the future of a lot of this shit is going to be with content creators, as we can figure it all out. But yeah.
How many years have you been doing this content creation?
It's content creation about 3 years, 3.5.
What has it taught you?
You got to be patient. You got to improve. You got to be diligent. You got to have, you know, discipline, and you got to be. It's a lot of work, bro. It's
Okay.
a lot of work.
If you could say one thing to anybody trying to get into the weed,
Weed
the
industry.
content, content
or the
creation.
weed industry. I'll say both.
What's one
For
advice?
cannabis, I would say make sure you build up leverage. Do not constantly learn from people, bro, because you're gonna realize there's been so many times in cannabis where I've like had this mindset, thought about this, and just been like, and then somebody finally educates me on something, and I'm like, it completely flips my world upside down. So learn as much as you can and build leverage, and do not like. It's build leverage. Now
Build leverage, learn from people, and check in.
exactly.
Check in when you come into the city,
Exactly.
so motherfuckers
I'm
can
checking it. Exactly.
put you down with the right
Absolutely.
spots to go.
Yeah, be wise, not smart.
Yeah.
Be both, but be wise, because wise people learn from mistakes of others. Smart people.
That's what I
learn
was
from it.
asking you. Did you eat? Did you eat? Did you eat? You gotta
Yeah.
make sure you eat.
I
So let the people know where they can find you.
You can go on Instagram. You can find me at lmc.media, or you can go to high.x.design. I know it's kind of annoying. Or lmc.luke. You can go to YouTube, which is my main kind of platform, LMC. You can go to Twitter. Go to YouTube, really. Go to YouTube. Type in LMC in the search bar. You'll see I'll be the first channel. Go to one of the videos. Check them out. If you like the videos, go to the description, and you'll see all the links to everything you need to join.
Nice, man. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. This man is a hard-working man. He's not slept for 4 days.
I have, but not that much.
He's lying. All right,
Let's
guys.
get it.
Thank you for tuning
Let's
in.
get
And
it.
we're out.
And you